Hello, this is the LEGO City Lunar Roving Vehicle. It comes with 265 pieces, and I bought it for its retail price of $40 US and built it live on Twitch. This one comes with 3 minifigures. 2 of them have EVA suits, and there's just a tiny bit of terrain build off to the side. Let's focus first, of course, on the main thing that you're paying for in the set, which is the rover itself. Very, very heavily inspired by existing and previous concepts for the next generation main lunar rover, which will be a vehicle that will allow people to actually live inside of it for an extended period of time. And I'm going to have to get to the whole wheel thing very, very quickly because it kind of dominates the experience of having this. Not the experience of building it, but certainly the experience of having it in the best way possible. Because you can't touch this without seeing the casters move. You just can't. And they move so smoothly. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm not doing anything special here. There's no magic, and this is in real time, but it feels like magic. Look, I can just spin this around anytime right in place. I can go backwards, I can go forward, I can go any direction that I want, and it just works. And it works great. I love it. I was worried about that. I was worried that it might be a little bit frustrating, getting those to line up right, but you don't even have to worry about it. You just move it wherever you want it to go. It's so cool. It's one of the coolest motion feels I've ever had from honestly any toy or model. Certainly one of the best from LEGO. This has 2 entry hatches to it. So this just opens up and uses that same standardized connector that they introduced some years ago. So you can still connect this to other things. And I'll show you one particular set that this works especially well with this time around. On the front are a couple of arms that are articulated. And this one here has a clip at the end of it, so you can put any minifig accessory into it or anything bar sized into it will fit. And with the ball joints done the way that they are, with the double articulation, you can reach up, you can reach straight down, you can get in a little bit closer to the vehicle as well. And you can also go all the way off to the side if you want to. And the other side just has a drill on it right now. Potentially you could figure out something else to work with that, but that's intended to work with, sorry about my hand being all in the way, sample collection, which completely makes sense. And it looks like there's plenty of room for people to see out the windscreen, looking down especially. Out here, these are stickers, unfortunately, for the outside, but they are very nice chrome gold stickers, which looks pretty fancy, and they have a consistent graphic design that they've used for all of those throughout this entire series. This comes down, provides a little bit of a platform. It can be used as a work platform. It can be used as cargo transport, and of course, you can also attach minifig accessories onto those 2 clips right there, which is good to see. You can also bring these down if you want to get more access for us huge figures. And you can see that a figure can be sat down there right in the middle easily, or potentially a small vehicle or a bunch of cargo can be added in. So between that and this, can't really do a lot with this honestly as a human, but open up this side, you do have access inside of here. So with the top removed, you're able to see a couple of just equal consoles that are done with a brand new print for 2022. And you could potentially think about some sample processing going on in a sealed segment over there, or you could use that as a changing room space. I also like the fact that these have, not only are these acting as stoppers right here on the sides, the brackets there, but you could potentially attach something to that as well. So it just gives you some additional options to move stuff around to hold on to things. And this is intended to be piloted or driven by a single individual from a relatively high seat that is easy to access. Yeah, there's no back to the seat, and I think that's actually a good thing because this allows you to do more with the space more easily. Now, the roof segment that I took off has just the light bar. That is a print right there, which is the common print that was introduced for this sub-theme for this season at least. And you just got a little communications transceiver, which can be turned around and folded down when you're not using it. Also, if you have the Lunar Exploration base set, it has an airlock that specifically will shift up and connect right here. So you can simulate transfer between the station and the rover. There's no other action feature here. There's no working suspension other than just the ability for the wheels to caster around like that. But I will point out just this one additional simple thing. It's very easy to remove all of these here, left one of the axles behind. But if you want to, you can use this. And there actually is a use case for this. It's been proposed as a possibility for how these vehicles could be used. You can use this as a space module. So take the wheels off, consider this to be a simple in space, right, extra planetary orbital transport vehicle, and dock it up to a space station even. Add other modules onto this from this series and the previous series before. That really, I think, opens up the possibilities of what you can do with this, because it looks legit. I think for that, I think that it makes enough sense to use in that way, and it's a cool way to get more out of a single set. The only other thing you really build up in this set is the little bit of terrain, which includes the new large geode piece that's molded in silver, but it's a new form, a new way, a new process for doing Lego's silver, just their regular metallic silver molded color that mixes things together very well, much better than usual, and it just looks different as a result. However, it does end up looking a little bit plain. It doesn't look as metallic, but I like this. I like the finish of it, and I especially like the interior of this, because this does split up or split open, and it's dual molded, so you get all that inside. It looks fantastic, and then you get all this as well. So you can take the inner crystal out and do some tests on it. You can see how the dual molding is done there with the trans light blue. It's cool. It's a good thing. I think that both of these molds work together well. They also work just fine independently. And yeah, I think that does add some value, and you can even attach something to the underside of this, so that could potentially be put onto a surface. And then finally you have this flag, and there is something special about this flag. It's very rare that we get something like this. That is mirror chrome for the finish, and it is on both sides. I feel like that's going to prove to be a somewhat valuable sticker sheet and a valuable pair of stickers, especially for nostalgic classic space fans in some years to come. Here are the three astronaut figures, two of them with EVA suits, and they have slightly different accessories on them. This one has the lights, and this one has clips to hold on to accessories, and one of them is not in the EVA suit and is just staying behind in the vehicle itself, which, you know, is going to have full standard atmosphere, be pressurized and everything, so you don't need to be in a suit, where it would totally not be useful. Here are the main faces underneath, and that's what the rest of the print on that torso looks like for the EVA suits. There are no alternate faces for any of these figures. There are, however, alternate headgear pieces for each, with these two hair pieces, which is fantastic to see, because I've been pushing for that for so long. It costs just a tiny bit more for Lego to include those, fraction of a cent per part, and it gives us so much more potential play value. You can take all the extra stuff off of one of these, including the helmet, and then just have them be normal in a pressurized environment. You also get that one print, and this is actually silver, not just gray. Finally, here's what the sticker sheet looked like. So yeah, just chrome backed stuff, and the flag and the solar panels. Again, this was $40 US, 40, and looking at the amount of stuff that I get here, I would have expected this to sell for about $35. I think 30 would be asking too little, would be me asking for the price to be too low for reasonability. So it's in the range, you know, it's pretty close. It would be nice to see it discounted about 15% or so. But if you like what you see, I don't think you're getting ripped off by this one here. And most importantly, it's not just about the total amount of stuff here, but it's also what you can do with it. And this makes really good use of the number of parts. It really makes a good use of its space. You can access everything pretty easily as well. Oh yeah, got this back here to throw this on, or other cargo, have somebody hopping on the back. Like, everything works really well. And then of course this. That's just, it's almost unfair. It's really silly for me to be so amused by that, but I am. And I'm not going to try to deny it. It's very amusing to me, and it's so smooth because of the use of the Speed Champions wheels and tires. The tires themselves are solid. They're not semi-pneumatic. So they're just very consistent, and even as a parts pack, this thing is pretty good because like this is new and it's nice. A couple of the round pieces used for the crater here are nice. These doors, the port doors, and just the solid white color. A couple of windscreens print here. These panels on the sides as well, and the figures. Like all the stuff that's here is good, and the tools on the front are usable. You can change out the tool that's used here, which is great. The ability to interact and interconnect with with other sets from this season and also sets from the past as well with this docking system. It's all great. So overall, I'm very happy with this. Hope that you're happy with the review, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.